Hey guys, Paul with Weapons of the World here, and today we're going to be taking a look and talking about the Beretta CX4 Storm. Some basic information about this weapon. It was designed and manufactured by Beretta. It's been produced since 2003. Its overall weight is 5.5 pounds with a total length of 29.5 inches. Its barrel length is 16 inches, so it is legally, you can own it as a civilian in the US without any extra paperwork, which is pretty cool. Its calibers are the main majority of them. Now you can convert them to some other calibers, but I'm not really gonna get into that. But its original caliber and most common is 9x19 millimeter, followed by 9x21 IMI, which is an Israeli caliber, not really seen too much in the US. 40 Smith & Wesson and 40 ACP are or 45 ACP, excuse me, are also available. Now, the CX4 is just a straight blowback weapon, not really anything special about that, which also aids in its reliability. Blowback is a very simple operation to use, and it's pretty straightforward, really. There's not a whole lot else. Let me talk about that real quick. Get the cutaway. So what blowback is when you fire the round, let me slow this down. So when you fire the bullet, the actual recoil or the force that is used to push the bullet down the barrel is also used to push the bolt to the rear and cycle the action and do all that sort of stuff. Really simple operation. Not a whole lot can go wrong with it. Lots of guns use it, especially with carbines. There's like the High Point 9mm carbine also uses a blowback operation. Lots of handguns do. So really there's nothing special about it. It just works. So that's pretty nifty little thing. It also keeps costs down, by the way, since it's so easy. Now, since this is made by Beretta, the magazines for the 9mm version of the CX4 Storm can use the Beretta 92 FS mags. And let me kind of say something on that. This gun was originally meant for police, so either in Italy or the US. The US does use, there are quite a few police forces that still use the Beretta 92 as their main weapon, other than the Glock 17 or Glock 19, Glock 21. So Beretta 92s are very common in the US, and so when they designed this weapon, they wanted it based around the 9mm Beretta 92 magazines to make it logistically easier for any law enforcement officers or any civilians that wanted this weapon. So that way you wouldn't have to carry around more magazines, different magazines, and also different ammo. So logistically this makes sense, and it's pretty nice. So I kind of like that. All in all, this weapon is really not that complicated. You can see it does have a funny looking stock in the way that you have this thumb hole. It's called the Thumbhole Stock. So what you do is you put your hand through here, and it kind of reminds me of the NFA ban on weapons, kind of in the 60s, where you saw a lot of AKs that were imported with thumbhole stocks. And you don't see thumbhole stocks all that often anymore. In what I mean by that is you just don't see them that often on anything but a lot of those old AKs. At least around me, I haven't seen a whole ton of them. They're not rare in any way, shape, or form. You can still get them. It's just nowadays we see a lot more of just the straight stocks, and so it's kind of interesting to see this thumbhole stock design on this weapon. Other than that, you can see you have a Picatinny rail right up here. You do not have removable iron sights, so if you have an optic, like say, let's put an ACOG, you have to make sure that the optic clears the iron sights, which by the way are just a simple peep sight, so really nothing special about that. But if you're gonna put an optic on this weapon, you gotta have to make sure that it sits above the iron sights, or in a way, in the case of a red dot, where you might be able to look through the rear sight aperture to see the sight. You can also put a attachment on the left or right side of the gun, also on the bottom right here if you wanted to put, say, a foregrip. All in all, there's really nothing to complain about this gun. It's simple. It hasn't been widely adopted by police forces, at least here in the US. I can't really think of any police forces that use this gun, but it is seen mild success on the civilian market as a little carbine to tote around for like ranch hands to take out varmints and stuff like that, which it does very well at. But all in all, the CX4 Storm is a perfectly fine weapon if you want to get one. I don't know what the MSRP on them is, but I can't imagine it being super expensive. But all in all, good gun, nothing to complain about. And I think that kind of wraps it up for today, guys. This has been a relatively short video, and I'm sorry that it's so late. I just got busy on Monday and Tuesday where I could not produce a video. I just didn't have time. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe below. And if you want to help support the channel, make sure to find the link to our Patreon account in the description below. Bye.